What's going on, folks? Hey, I think I am going to do the recap today just a little bit different, so just bear with me. I am in the process of changing some things as well. The whole reason that day trading is appealing to everybody is, you know, you can make your own hours. You ain't got to answer to nobody. If I want to sleep in, if I feel bad, hey, I don't get out of the bed. I'm not going to lie about it. There is several days where I am sitting here trading, and it will be lunchtime, and I'm still in my pajamas and house coat. I am sitting here because it don't matter. You know, I report to me. I mean, that is kind of, I guess, the dream. I've not made it to the part yet to where I quit at 11 and walk away. That is the end game, is, you know, being done at 11 and calling it quits for the day. But right now, I feel like I'm going to miss something. I'm trying to accumulate all my accounts, get everything built up to where I can do that. I know last week I missed some recaps. There was some days I missed, and then Friday, my son, he wanted to go spend some time with one of his online school friends, so we drove down to Knoxville. He talked us into watching a movie, and me and my wife both wasn't real sure how it's going to go. But we went and watched that Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It ended up being a pretty good movie. It was better than I thought it was going to be, because I thought it was going to be like a cartoon or something. But it was nothing like I thought it was going to be. We ended up taking a few pictures. We went and watched some Christmas-like stuff afterwards too. But this here is me and my better half. And this is me and Mini-Me. And that's him standing in front of the poster. But again, you know, that is the whole reason of getting into day trading. Well, some people do it part-time just to make extra money. But for me, I want it to be a way of life. I mean, I'm tired of working 16, 15, 14-hour days and not coming out ahead. So that is why I got into trading. And, you know, these videos are awful starting out, I ain't gonna lie, but I am trying to better myself. I am doing this, you know, for me and my family. And the struggle is real making these videos where I'm such an introvert. But, you know, if I can help somebody along the way and better myself, then the struggle is going to be worth it. So, but I was kind of wanting to get away from the prop firm thing today a little bit. This morning, hey, I'll tell you what, the market opened, it was slow and choppy, and it seemed like every trade I took, the market went against me. I started the day out red. I ended up losing my Lucid accounts. I had two. I lost both of them. All my other accounts was red, and I fought. I ended up passing 150K eval, and then I fought the rest of the day to get these accounts back green. And me doing these recaps like this, you know, coming back and doing this hindsight, going over the chart, talking about the trades I took, I don't think that is going to help, you know, somebody new that or is just starting out. So what I am wanting to do is start recording the market open. I'm going to try to talk as to why I'm entering or taking these trades. I think that would help somebody more so than going over this hindsight 2020. I do believe prop firms are beneficial if you are starting out, because you got little risk and you got potential to make a lot of money. But for me, I want to use prop firms to build wealth and then just trade that. I think, you know, come up here and trade one time a day and be done. I'd probably be done by 10 o'clock every morning. That's the end goal. But I was looking at something. Let me see if I can find it. And still trade prop firms, but put some money in a real brokerage account and trade it. And I was going to kind of go over this a little bit. I found it pretty interesting. Let's say that you take and you put $1,500 in a brokerage account. Now, this is not if you're just starting trading. This is after you've found just a little bit of consistency and you're fairly confident in your trading. So let's say you got a starting balance of $1,500 and you take 250 trades, because there's like 252 trading days in a year. So that is one trade per day, and your win rate is just 50%. You got 125 wins and 125 losses. And your average win is just 8%, and your loss is 5%. That's what you are risking, and that's what you are gaining. That is not much. So on a $1,500 account on your first trade, you'd be risking $75 to make $120. So with your strategy, if you're just right 50% of the time, and like I said, you're just risking 5% to make 8%, that is, I think, a low goal, you know. But anyways, with a 50% win rate and just risking 5% on your losers and 8% on your winners is what you're looking to gain, you would turn, in 250 trades, you would turn that $1,500 into $18,000. Hey, I know that number is not, you know, mind-blowing or mind-boggling, but I mean, you're just risking very little, and you're not shooting for a high profit either. So, like I said, if you got a personal account with $1,500 and that is your win rate, 50%, 125 wins, 125 losses, you would turn that $1,500 into $18,000 at the end of the year. That's just, compounding interest. I mean, it's crazy how it works. That's just taking one trade a day. I thought that's kind of interesting to go over. Like I said, I am trying to get to where I can stay in trades longer than just shooting for a few points. I want to get to where I can stay in them, 10 or 15 minutes and look for them larger gains. Today's recap is totally out of the ballpark. It's totally different, but I don't even want to think about prop firms today. I have struggled all day to get my accounts back green, and going back at this, and I actually sized down in my personal account today, and I just made $112. But that's $112 I didn't have, so just gives you something to think about. But I do believe that changing the way I do these reviews and start recording, I don't know how it's going to go. Hopefully the next few days I can get started on that, and I just got to suck it up and just do it, I guess, But anyways, I'm going to call that quits, and hey, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow.